Hey, good morning. I'm just gonna help run over what my makeup routine is a little bit. Um, Mainly simple, but I will go over what I do want to do a little bit extra as well. Um, so first, I always like make sure my face is lotioned beforehand. Make sure it's hydrated. That way, it's not thirsty underneath the makeup and stuff like that. Next, I don't do this for everyday makeup, but if you were going to do something nicer like Christmas, wedding, or you just want to feel really nice with it, I usually put on a primer. This one in particular helps with my pores, but your skin might need something else, or it might not need it at all. But I find once I have this layer on, the makeup doesn't look as cakey if I'm doing a full face. Um, but like I said, not every day, so we're not going to put that on today. Um, After that, I usually put on a camo cream. This is really nice. Gets full coverage. Basically, gets rid of any blemishes on your face when you use it all around. The other good thing about it, especially during the summertime, is that it's SPF, so you don't have to worry about burning underneath the sun and stuff like that, or putting greasy lotion on top of your face again. So, would recommend this. You don't have to use it when fancy, but you will want to use it with the primer. It makes it less cakey and stuff like that. So, the next thing that we are going to use today is the Camo Concealer. Everybody's got a different skin tone and stuff like that. And it might change during the year, so you might have to get a different shade during the summer when your skin might tan a little bit more. Um, but what we do with this is we're going to put it in T-zones. This is just where the highlighted ridges are on your face, where the light will reflect. And then we also do it underneath the eyes, so you don't get the little blackness underneath it, and that will help pop your eyes out a little bit more. One little quick step also, because I'm not quite sure. For me, I've had laser for a while, so I don't have to do this really anymore. But if you find that you shave and you still get those 5 o'clock shadows and stuff like that, sometimes if you get a cheap eyeshadow palette from Dollar Store, Dollar General, wherever, if you grab the red or even the orange, you dab your finger in that, and you apply it to where those dark spots are before you do this. Make sure that you can see the red on there. You blend it all in with your fingers. When you do that and you put the concealer on top, when the hair comes back a little bit later on, it won't be noticeable for roughly a day and stuff like that. So you can go the whole day without having to worry about the 5 o'clock shadow and stuff like that. I'm not using that today, but you just simple dab, apply to like the upper lip here, and apply right here. I've had almost 2 years of laser now, like maybe a year and a half, a little bit more than that. Um, so I don't have to really do that much. I only have to shave like once a week now. So back to the concealer. So we're gonna take this out, and apply a little bit on the ridge of the nose here, 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 a little here, here. Now I still do this, and this is because even though I've had laser, I still have little white hairs, and that will help with that. And I apply some here and some here. And grab a beauty blender sponge. You can use your fingers, but I don't recommend it. This is a lot better. And you're just gonna dab, move up and down. You really want to blend it all in. And the lighting on this phone is horrible right now. Usually I'm doing it in front of a mirror. I'm looking in the mirror, the lighting's so much better. Behind. If I step back, the lighting's also better. But Okay, it's looking better. So the light is going to come right here, which is why I want to do pop my eyes out a little bit. A lot of makeup is just light play. Basically, you're controlling where the light shines and where it doesn't. That's about most of it. So after I do that, I can do contouring. I don't do it most days, but I do want to show you just a little bit of it, so I will do it now. So I have my brush here, and I usually like using the darker one. You could go for the slightly less one. This one would be more for a highlight, but I have a different product for that one. So for this, what you want to do is you want to make creases. So, you know, like those fantastic cheekbones and everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here, and sometimes you can see like crease right here. It's harder to see on the phone. You see right here. In the mirror I can see a little bit better. I'm just going to go like this. Go up and down. Okay. So you see a line there running up to the top of my ear, down to in between my nose and mouth, almost my nose though. You don't have to go that far down if you don't want to, but that's what I do. And then another part to shape your nose, you do on either side of the ridge of your nose here, just a little bit. Okay, and then depending on your chin, you can also contour that. I'm going to skip that for today. You're going to go back to your brush. I use the opposite side, so I'm not mixing it. Once again, blend, but this time you want to always push up when you tap. And here you just tap on the nose. Stuff like that. So give me a little bit more dimension right here. Like I said, everyday makeup, you don't necessarily need it, but sometimes it does help if you don't like your facial features. You can shape your face more that way. And then also if you have forehead that you want to hide the hairline, if you put some right along here, you dab it, blend it all in, it makes your hairline look like it moved forward on your face a little bit. So next would be eyeshadow if you do choose to do it. I won't do it today, but I want to give you a quick tip. So I personally, one of my first ones I picked out, I just love the colors, but it turned out that it's Nikita, and it's actually a trans woman who made this palette. And I like it because of how colorful it is, all the choices. When you're doing eyeshadow, just a quick tip, you want to use the lighter shade towards the corner of your eye, darker shades to the outside of your eye. So if I was going to do, let's say, a purple look, because purple is one of my favorite colors, I would probably choose either a light pink or this purple and apply it to the center, working out like this. And then I would probably pick a medium color, but you don't have to. Put that in the middle, and then pick the dark shade, put it on the outside. So if I was doing something, I would probably do like, I like pink, bright pink like this. Then I'd probably do a purple like this, and then here do a black or dark purple here on the outside. Once you apply them in the 3 zones, then you can blend them in together at different areas, so they all kind of like flow together. But you want to make sure that you do light inside, dark outside. That will raise your eye. And if you have hooded eyes or you're worried about like darkness around your eye, it'll brighten it up quite a bit. But since I'm going to the DMV today to get my driver's license update, I'm not doing that. So we're going to go to, real quick, the highlighter. This is just a simple stick. Once again, apply it to your T-zone and underneath the eyes. So just go down, cross, cross, under eye, under eye. Once again, highlighter will just reflect more. Once again, making yourself eye pop, carving your face, basically. You're just carving a statue. It's art. This is art. You can design anything you want. And you can always mess around. There's no right way or wrong way. just mess around as much as possible until you get what you like. Next part is the eyeliner that I did give you. So the first time you use it, you want to shake it up. Otherwise, it's going to come out very dull looking. But once you do this, it should be fine and stuff like that. Cap comes off like that. As you see, it's like a felt pen. So you're just going to hold it like this. So what I like doing is I like starting here, working my way out, just where the eyelashes are. Right? I would do that for both sides, not the exact corner, but almost there. So I'll do it and show you. I don't know if I can do this in the front, so I'm going to look at the mirror real quick. Okay, so you can see there's a thin line there going across. It's okay to be thicker back here. You want to be thin over here, and if it gets a little thicker here, that's not a big deal. You can always even it out with the other eye. I usually do one eye, then the next, so you can copy it. They just have to be sisters. They don't have to be twins. They don't have to be perfect. So once I got it like this, coming out, what I do next, a lot of times, so I come down here to the corner of my waterline and pull it up to connect the two together. Okay, before I do any wings. So I don't know if you see, there's a little bit there coming up. Now see how that's shaping my eye already a lot more than this side? Now, if you want, you could leave it really super thin and do this little super thin. And that's perfectly fine. It looks great. I like having a little more character to myself, so I like giving myself a wing. The way I work with wing is I work from the top down, kind of, so I can see how it's going to shape. Depending on your eye, depends on how you do the wing, and how severe you have those features. Nothing's wrong with any of the features. It just depends on how you're going to have to work with yourself. I'm going to show you how I do it because that's what I know best. If you do find that's not working for you, there are eye tutorials if you do have a severe hooded eye, where it will make eyeliner a lot easier. But from here, I'm going to start up here and I'm going to pull down. So and as I do it, it's going to be thicker at the end, working in, and that's okay. So I start up here and I just pull down to how I want thickness. And that's how I do mine. Some other people just do a little flick up, and that's cool too. Like I said, experiment at home. It's always best to just be able to set up, mess around a little bit, get creative, sometimes just draw on your face crazy and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. Now, of course, I'm talking while it's not dried yet, which it dries within like a minute. But see how I did that? Not a big deal. If that ever does happen, what you do is you let it dry for a little bit, and then you can rub it off actually after like 5 minutes. If you do it now, it's just going to smear across your face. So if you mess up and you're actually going somewhere and you can't just like mess around, just wait. And you can like wipe it off a little bit or scratch it off after about 5 minutes. Hope you can see that there's a difference here. It makes your eye more bold. I really do love eyeliner, so I do it a lot. The other part that I do add sometimes, you can either continue using the e.l.f. product or you can switch to a black pencil. And to add even more character, what I do is I do the waterline, which is this right here. And I also can point this a little bit. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to let this part dry. So ignore that. I shouldn't have been like blinking a lot and stuff like that. You should really relax your face for like 30 seconds. But that was my bad. So I'm going to do it with the e.l.f. pen because that's what you have. So you're going to come over here and you're just going to go along the thing here. Okay, and then I'm going to connect the top to the bottom. So you know how I only started like right there and went this way? I'm going to pull that down. So I usually work in the inner part of the eye. So we're closer to the eye and up. I don't want to work from the top. Go like that. I hope that makes sense. And then I have a more bold eye coming out then. So you can see there. Now you can definitely tell from one side to the other. It makes your eyes pop out and stand out more, which is sometimes a feature that you would like and stuff. Sometimes not so much. As you can see, you can look really nice without any makeup, stuff like that on one side. Sometimes you can make your eye more sharp and dominant. I don't know what I'm saying. The last part that you can do, I think you have double lashes like I do, so you don't need it per se. Mascara. A lot of people use mascara and stuff like that, but people who have double eyelashes, usually there's one row, and their eyelash is very thin. And if you look close in the mirror and you look at your eyelashes, you can sometimes see one row, or people like me and maybe you, I think, you can see 2 or 3 rows of eyelashes. So it already makes your eyelashes stand out. But if you want to make them longer, possibly look longer, this is great for that too. So this is real easy. Dab, dab, dab. Pull it out. This is by Morphe, by the way. Same place I got the eyeshadow palette. Take this. I love it because it works really good. So you're going to come in and then you're going to twist upward like that. And then it goes on. Of course, with the eyeliner, you can't see it as much, but it definitely works in the mirror. I can definitely see it and stuff like that. So that's just a quick of what I do. Last little touches that I do personally for a little extra feature. One is makeup setting spray. This just makes sure your makeup stays on easier and stuff like that throughout the day. Other ones that I use, I have a freckle pen. I like having freckles personally, so I just like dab them all over the place. I'm doing this in the phone so I can't tell. Yeah, so it's just a little bit of freckles here and there and stuff like that. I personally like freckles. Not everybody does though. Some people hate their freckles. And then the other part is I love stamps. So this is a moon shape, crescent moon shaped stamp. Basically, you just stamp it where you want it. So usually I like doing by my eye here. So I just go like that. Just add a little bit extra to it. Once again, you don't see a lot of people doing this. I'm very much alternative goth makeup style, but watered down. So I just like adding those flares and stuff like that. I hope that you can see a little bit of the difference. Once again, I was trying to do this in the phone and stuff, and I messed up there. But it's okay to mess up. I'm just gonna probably grab some toilet paper, wipe it. I messed up, no big deal. I'm just gonna grab some makeup remover and start over again. It's okay. And it'll take a few times to get used to it. But nowadays, if I'm focused and everything, I can put my makeup in 5 minutes. Eyeliner, mascara, everything out the door. It doesn't take long, and if I'm doing something fancy, maybe 15 minutes. But it really won't take that long once you get used to it. I hope this helped. I know it was a little long and stuff like that. It's the first time I ever did a makeup tutorial, but I hope it helped. Have a good one.